during the most difficult time right now for small businesses throughout the country, well, what we have is the GOP appearing to elevate Islamophobia above the people and their needs. The Senate Republicans, they've once again blocked a Biden nominee, but this time for reasons that appear to be xenophobic and Islamophobic. And this is specifically Senators Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley, who's out of Missouri, and they sit on the Senate Small Business Committee. What they did is they blocked the appointment of Dilawar Syed from being deputy administrator of the Small Business Administration. Now, Syed is quite qualified. He's a CEO of a healthcare AI company. Also, when you speak of pedigree, MBA from Penn Wharton, he also just so happens to be Muslim. And if appointed, he'd be the highest ranking Muslim official who is really leading our nation to some extent in an agency. So how do Hawley and Cruz really justify blocking Syed 4 times? Well, per the Insider, Republicans have seized on Syed's membership on the board of I would imagine, Action, a Muslim American advocacy group. Hawley spearheaded a letter with other Republicans on the committee that specifically called out as anti-Semitic a line from one of the group's press releases that described Palestinians as occupied and Israel as the occupier. Yeah. So Hawley's attempt to really paint Syed as an anti-Semite, well, it doesn't quite hold very much weight, especially by this tenuous link here. Why? That's because in addition to being a qualified nominee, he has the ADL backing his play. So check this out. The Anti-Defamation League CEO Jonathan Greenblatt, well, the head of the most influential organization combating anti-Semitism, well, he told the Daily Beast that it was painful to see the attacks on Mr. Syed's candidacy because of his association with Imagine, and that we need him confirmed. This really says a lot. How is it sitting with you, Francesca?
Yeah, I mean, the ADL is, obviously they are a go-to when it comes to anti-Semitism, but they don't always issue statements that I agree with, to be honest with you. I feel like they see more anti-Semitism in critiques of Israel and Israeli policy than I think are warranted, and they paint those as anti-Semitic. So if the ADL is saying that this guy is above board, then yeah, he is above board and you should definitely confirm him. You'd think after coming out of a pandemic, we would need someone at the helm of the Small Business Association. Like, get someone in now, Small Business Committee and the Senate. Like, please help us, right? Because you got, especially at a time when vaccine mandates are coming down, and people are utilizing vaccine mandates in order to protect their businesses and their workers. At a time when obviously a lot of funding is dried up for those small businesses, it's like, yeah, no. You need somebody there. Look, I can't speak. I don't know about Dilawar Syed. I don't know what else, anything else about his background. But we know that the only reason that Hawley and Cruz are opposing it is because he is Muslim. And it's sad to say that we're still in that place, but we are. I mean, look at Ilhan Omar and Representative Rashida Tlaib and the things that they've had to deal with and go through constantly. Oh, no, it's not about them being Muslim or black. No, it's because of their politics. It's because they're anti-Semitic, and we're gonna take anything they said and we're gonna twist it and make sure it sounds anti-Semitic. And then of course Pelosi will fall in line, and they'll do a whole committee and they'll issue a stern warning against saying anything that could be construed maybe by bad faith actors as anti-Semitic. We know how it goes from Muslims in office, and it's gonna keep changing. For the first time on the New York City Council, there's a Muslim American woman, which is amazing. So they're gonna have to deal. Okay, how many billions of Muslims in the world, how many millions in the United States deal with it? They are part of this democracy, and this is just more BS.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's BS in toto. It's funny that when Hawley found out essentially that the ADL is backing Syed, of course, well, he still decided to double down, and he said, it's my vote, it's my responsibility. Yeah, that's cute. Anyway, so in an effort to really move the goalpost away from the clear anti-Muslim sentiment, GOP Senator Rand Paul also hopped on Josh Hawley's board. But what he did was he wrote an op-ed last week really claiming that he wouldn't advance Syed's nominee because of concerns that he has in terms of PPP funds that Planned Parenthood had received. So check this out. The senator from Kentucky Rand Paul, what he wrote in his op-ed was, when we asked Syed about his commitment to claw back the taxpayer dollars from Planned Parenthood, Syed gave no assurances he would do so. If confirmed, Syed would have direct involvement on if these loans are forgiven. You know what? It's absolute nonsense. This thought that, this is why we're going to block him. Yeah, right. But at least I guess he's more creative than Josh Hawley. But he's not creative enough to necessarily get past the Dems. Because as you can imagine, the Dems are not buying it. Ben Cardin, who happens to head the Senate committee, he said this: every time we try to accommodate their requests, they move the goalposts. Noting that Syed has nothing to do with Planned Parenthood, and that's damn right.
Imagine the stretch. Like, you gotta give him credit for the creativity. Like, you're totally right. Like, he was like, it's not Islamophobic, it's anti-choice. There we go, boom. As if that's at all better.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat, emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.